This is me saying people now know who you are.
People now know who I am.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. All right. Are both y'all ready? Okay,
All right. Ready?
okay. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. What is up, RABZ Nation? I am here with Joshua James and Mr. Joshua Prescott. It is nice to have both of y'all here. Thank you both for
Thanks,
coming.
Arvin.
All right. Now, this is a highly anticipated bout on RABZ for November 11th. All right, so we're here with Mr. Prescott. He's a gold medal winner at Boxing Nationals. He competed in Sander, and he is newly engaged. Big ups. I hope everything goes well, and I congratulate you on your upcoming marriage. And you know, you're also busy with the training life, and you're the head man at Adrenaline Junkies. And we're also here with Joshua James. He's a bronze medalist in the Colombian MMA Pan-Ams of 2023. He is also 3-0 in RABZ, and he's also a national boxing gold medalist. All right, so we kind of have a first question to break the ice a little bit, you know, to kind of clear the air. So here's the scenario, right, fellas? So you're walking down the street, you have a hot little gyro, you know, you're walking down Charlotte Street, and 5 men jump out a car and look into RABZ. Now, what are y'all gonna do? Y'all have 2 fighters y'all can pick from any time in history, past or present. Who you picking to be by your side to back you up?
I'll just give him gyro.
You're just gonna give him the gyro?
Yeah, we're going to show that for $45.
Fair enough, yes. 45 now with a broken penalty. But Joshua James, what about you?
I'd run.
You'd run?
Yeah.
We'll call Pikachu.
What? Oh gosh. Okay, so do be this in the anime, you know, I'm a fan myself. But I mean, fellas, based on the accomplishments and the stats that I just listed for both of you, I mean, what do you think about each other's careers and the fights that they had so far? Like, do you have any opinions? You know, can you all please elaborate on what you think about each other? Let's start with Mr. Prescott. Like, what do you think about Joshua James' career?
I think it's entertaining so far. As a nice little theme going with him being like the bad guy, sort of embracing that role. I think for him to achieve more, he definitely needs to humble himself and embody the more martial arts spirit. And if he doesn't truly embody that, he'll always stay at one spot. That's what I think so far. He has potential, but he's way too arrogant and he thinks he's somebody that he's not right now, and he's not going to go anywhere with that mentality. Yes, he may have a good record in RABZ and whatnot, but he needs to sit down and understand he fought other newbies who also had limited experience. So there are levels to this. And I don't think he acknowledges that as yet. So once he does acknowledge that, humbles himself, focuses more on training, and just being humble and learning, he will achieve a lot more. But he does have number one thing, which is self-belief, and that's the starting point right there.
Okay. It seems to be a bit of respect, but also a bit of, you know, a bit of heat in it. Joshua James, what do you think about that?
I don't know who he is. I don't know what you've done. You just seem like anybody to me.
That was good.
But I mean, there seems to be a bit of heat, a little bit of fire going on. I mean, can you guys both tell us about that? Like, is there anything to talk about there? Anything to elaborate on?
Not really. I know he doesn't know much about me, so there's nothing for him to even. That's why he's busy tagging me in memes 7 o'clock in the morning, because there's literally nothing for him to even think about to motivate himself. Like, he's fighting a ghost right now.
Okay, so all in all, it's just a bit of competitive.
Yeah, I think it's,
okay.
As far as I'm concerned, it's more competitive than anything else.
Okay, so I mean, how did both of you feel once the fight was officially announced? You know, were you all excited? Were you excited as well to jump back in the ring after such a lengthy layoff since 2019?
Yeah, I'm always looking for, excited for the challenge for myself. Like I said in first interview, like, there's nothing against him. He's just a guy who took the fight, but I'm always excited for a challenge. Like, every day is a different challenge, and this is just a new one. So, always excited for that.
But Josh, what do you think about Mr. Prescott's? You know, like, what do you think about that? What do you think about what he's saying so far?
It's just a pit stop. on my way to World Championships because I have the time.
World Championships in what? MMA?
Yep.
How you made the MMA team?
I perform. What do you do?
Perform what? One MMA fight?
One?
Two? How much you had?
Two?
You made that team through bubble. That's how you made that
Bubble.
team.
So I paid my way, that was it?
That bubble don't mean paying you.
How
Bubble
else?
means corruption. That's
Corruption.
how you made that team.
So I didn't fight
There
and
are a lot
win my
more
way.
talented fighters than you in this country who should have been there.
Okay. So why didn't you go?
Because I'm not active. I'm not
Exactly.
interested
So
in
then you really need to shut
shut
your mouth because you have no way to do.
And this goes back
Nothing
to the
wait is
first
it
thing.
doing.
He should acknowledge that, hey, I'm getting an opportunity here through bubble.
Right.
Let me be humble and make the most out of it.
Okay.
So this is
I
a bubble
understand
fight
that.
too?
Okay.
I understand that
Is this a
I won
bubble
the
fight
first
too?
fight against a Guyanese who probably has little to no experience. And when I competed against probably the most experienced person I've ever had in my career, a Brazilian, I was completely dominated. But no, he'll never sit
Sure.
and brainstorm on those things.
Okay. I mean, there seems to be a lot of fire going on, but
Where were you?
Busy running a business. Where were you?
Fighting.
For what?
Anything and everything.
Exactly.
okay, but let's ask a question here. I mean, it seems that you have a bit of knowledge about Joshua James's career. But Joshua James, did you do any research about Mr. Prescott leading up to the fight? Was there
He has
anything-
one fight that he saw me on YouTube, and that's all he has. He has nothing else. The problem is he's looking at me as a fighter. My goal is not to be a fighter. I choose to be
So
a
then why are you
businessman.
here?
I choose to be a businessman
Why are you here?
because I could fight. And
Why
I believe
are
I
you
could
here?
come off the couch and beat you.
So
easily.
you're thinking that you're gonna come off the
Easily.
couch after
Easily.
being inactive for however long?
So what do you
and
think about
then-
the coach
and then-
who's been inactive for the last 5 years and is
Right.
about to come off the couch too?
He's been training. What have you
What-
been doing?
What I've been doing, you know what I've been doing?
Exactly.
Exactly
Nothing.
what? Nothing.
So then why are
You
you
have
contacting
cameras.
people from my gym to come help you train them?
Because I've known them before you. We have a
Known them
relationship.
before me, but you need
With
to call
respect.
them to come train?
Help train. I'm giving you a chance to size yourself up against me. That's what I'm
Size
doing.
myself up against
And
you.
why did you say yes?
I'm not
Because it's the only
challenging you,
chance-
you're challenging me,
I'm challenging you, I'm challenging you.
basically.
I can show you some chats to prove otherwise.
Okay.
Okay. But I mean, he only maybe saw that one fight
Mm.
of yours. But what did you think about his last performance? You know, it was a hard fought bout
Mhm.
against LaShawn Marino. You know, a lot of fans maybe think it was a very close,
It was
maybe
very close.
slightly controversial. But like, what do you think about that?
I think it was a draw. Definitely think it was a draw. If he got the win, it was probably,
If he got the win,
it was maybe he had a couple more dramatic moments, but I definitely think it was a draw more than anything else.
you're so funny, bro.
So yeah, that was it. He definitely has a lot of holes in his games.
Right.
In his game that we're gonna go after. So yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he's humble enough to acknowledge those goals. Those
Right.
holes, that's the problem.
Okay.
I mean, but Joshua James, I mean, are both you're training as seriously as your can for this fight? You see there's a lot of holes in his game. If there are any holes in either your games, are you all both seeking continuous gradual improvement? I mean, Josh, let me ask you, what do you think about that comment about holes in your game? Like, are you steadily working to rise up to the ranks? And do you maybe think this would still be a tough fight for you?
Well, unlike my friend here, I haven't been on the couch. I
Mhm.
consistently train every day.
Mhm.
You don't know who I am.
Mhm.
You seem to presume that you do, but
You're a
You have
lost
no
little
idea.
boy. That's who you are.
I'm a lost
A
little
lost
boy.
little boy trying
Okay.
to find himself in life. That's who you are.
You'll find my foot on your face.
Cool. Your foot can't reach my face.
Okay. I'll break it.
Cool.
That nice little pretty
Okay.
face there.
Okay.
I'm glad you
I'm
know
gonna
it's
break
pretty.
your face.
You know how many
Remember that
fights
I'm
his
saying.
face has been in? Look what's it.
Hasn't been in a
Spotless.
fight with me.
Spotless. Spotless. Just know that. Many titles, but spotless.
I mean, okay, but fellas, what do you think? What do we think about each other's skills here? Because there seems to be a slight, clash of opinions. Because we did the interview, Mr.
Mhm.
Prescott and Mr. James, and in your interview, I can't quote you word for word, but you seem to think that maybe his kicks were lacking since he was so new to kickboxing.
Mm.
And Joshua James, you seem to have the opposite stance where you think that he can't handle this power, and that maybe a lot of people end up saying the same thing, that they can handle it.
He
people
has
like-
never fought at this weight class. He literally ended up in this weight class by accident because he can't control what he puts in his mouth. He became a fat boy, and now he's in this weight class. He's never taken a hit by somebody my size. On that night, I'll be nothing less than 195 pounds. And when I hit you,
195?
you're going to see flashes every single time
You know
my
the
hand
fight is
touches
at
you.
170 to 175?
I am going to be nothing more than 195 pounds.
Okay, cool.
Nothing less than that. So keep that in mind. You've never fought in this weight class. You've never carried the weight you're at right now.
Right.
You just got fat over the last few months. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Okay, but I mean, there seems that maybe most people would tend to think that Joshua James might have the speed versus the strength advantage. I mean, what do you both think of that? Do you think there's like any foreseeable holes and advantages or weaknesses you could capitalize on in the fight?
Those who see me fight know speed is also a big asset of mine.
Okay, so you don't think that's in your disservice?
By the time he releases one punch, he'll beat you in 3 punches easily.
Okay.
Okay. And Joshua James, do you think you're powerful enough to kind of work with the size that you might face against? Because he's maybe talking about a very big weight gap that might be happening. So I mean, what do you think about that?
I'm watching this person in front of me, trying to front in front of cameras, trying to say that he is at my level at this point, just saying that he just gets off of the couch and just jumps on the treadmill and think he could come and fight with me. Thinking that I haven't fought with people bigger than you, faster than you, stronger than you. You have no idea who I am.
And you have no idea who I am. You already admitted that.
Okay, I mean, guys, we know kickboxing is not just about your physical prowess, it's also about your mental state when going into that fight. There seems to be some real heat and maybe even rivalry going into this fight. Do you think there'll be some emotions that y'all might need to simmer down and control to get the victory? Do you think emotions might play a big factor in this fight? Or do you think you have the emotional advantage versus your opponents? Like, let's have a discussion about that. Like, let's start with Mr. Prescott. Like, what would you think about your emotional state versus his going into this fight?
What do you think about your emotional state going into this fight?
Why are you deflecting like a woman?
What do you think about this?
Answer the question. The man
How is your
talked to-
emotional state? Everybody thinks you have issues. Everybody. There's people in your gym reaching out to me, begging me to beat you. People who train side by side, rub shoulders with you. Nobody likes you.
Okay.
Nobody likes you.
And you think this affects me how?
You think you're gonna win this fight? You think you're gonna win this fight?
I'm gonna drag this fight on for as long as possible. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to fight you again.
That is good.
And through those 3 rounds, as I told you, I am going to break your face.
To answer your question, he's gonna come in very angry, very aggressive, and then he's gonna get burnt out, like all his other fights. He probably has like 45 seconds in him, and then he's gonna start dancing around the ring, circling and circling and circling. That's what he's gonna do. Personally, I don't fight angry.
Yeah.
Anger slows you down, it makes you stiff. That's for my style. There's nothing about him that's gonna make me angry. It's just not me. So emotionally, I'll always be calm and just able to clear headed.
Okay, but Joshua, what do you think about your emotional state? Do you think you'll be more than fine going into this? Are you worried about anything at all?
As I said, he's just a pit stop.
Yeah, okay. But okay, besides all the bad blood and the animosity going on, I mean, is there one nice thing we can say about each other, or both of y'all can say about each other?
I mean, I started off saying good things, like he has good confidence, and that's important. So he has good confidence, so that's good. He carries himself.
Yeah.
I can't say well for Joshua. I don't think he carries himself good for Joshua.
Joshua, maybe
Yeah, it's just a certain way you carry yourself as a Joshua, and he doesn't do well. But
Are
aside
you
from
going to
that,
talk about horoscopes too?
no, aside from that, he has good confidence. He just needs to simmer down a little bit. His confidence has turned into arrogance.
Okay.
I think people want to know why you're so arrogant. Can you answer that?
because of people like you who thinks that they could come from nowhere and say what they like without any kind of repercussions.
People like me, they're angry.
Angry. As I said, you're just a pit stop, buddy.
They're angry at people like me who think we could come from anywhere and say what we want.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been angry at people like me?
You're not my strength. I don't need to tell you these things. But what I do need to tell you is on November 11th, I'm going to break your face.
You believe that?
I know you believe that.
Your teammates believe that?
But fellas, do we have a prediction for the fights? Like,
I want to know
like,
if his teammates believe that. Your trainers believe that. They know you can't win this fight. You're being set up.
Sure.
But if both of y'all believe y'all can win this fight,
You're
Joshua
being
and
set up.
Joshua, what round do you think y'all are taking home the
There are
victory?
people rubbing shoulders with you who want you to lose. How's your left hand going? People closest to you are the ones who sometimes betray you. You're being set up. Why doesn't your striking coach go to any of your fights? You're being
Are you a
set up.
fool?
You're being set up.
Are you a fool?
You're being set up.
Do you understand what you're saying?
You're being set
You
up.
don't know nothing about me, bro.
Fools. Just know you're being set up. So think about that. Think about who you're talking to. Think about who you're rubbing shoulders with. Think about the information you're sharing. Instead of tagging me in memes. The stuff your trainer is doing with you now, he was doing with me 8 years ago. There's nothing new. You're not being taught anything new. Your philosophies are still the same. Are any of your trainers certified? It's all old school knowledge.
I'm glad that you're talking ill about the same people that help you reach where you are.
Yep.
See how much of a fool you are?
Yep. Anything else? Ready to answer those questions? Just careful who you rub your shoulders with.
Okay.
I mean, but fellas, there's a lot of heat going on, but is there still a mutual sense of respect, going on?
There was always respect. I'm not arrogant and foolish, so everybody has a puncher's chance. And when I prepare for a fight, I prepare to perform it to the best of my ability. I never take a fighter for granted.
But is that what you think? He just has a puncher's chance?
Everybody has a puncher's chance.
But I mean, on a broader scale, what do you think about his skills? What do you think about each other's skills objectively? Do you all think you'll belong in the ring together? Or do you think this might be a mismatch?
I already
on
said
either
we
side?
don't belong in the ring together.
So I have no chance of beating you other than my puncher's chance.
I just said that.
Okay.
Okay. But I mean, looking beyond this match, what are both of your long-term goals as a career in fighting, in kickboxing, or just in combat sports in general? Where do you see yourselves moving from here? Let's start with Joshua Deans. Where do you see a career going from here after this fight?
As far as possible.
As far as possible. That was my real goal. You don't measure your goals properly.
Might be a real goal for you.
As far as possible. I'm trying to help you. That was my real goal.
Okay.
I break it down into steps.
Okay.
So wherever you win blows you.
And what about you, Mr. Prescott? What about you? Where do you see yourself going, assuming you might get the win?
As far
On
as
your side.
possible.
That's fine.
I have no intentions on fighting after this. This is literally,
Oh, it's just you're just coming.
I'm just having fun. Like, I'm just enjoying this. That's what this is about for me.
Oh, okay, so this is just a fight to just like a backup for the fun of it.
Yeah, I already made the decision in my life that I'm not going to pursue fighting as a sport or as a
Okay.
career for reasons that I have explained to James in the past. And I decided to pursue business instead, and I've been doing good with that. So that's my focus right now. This is just fun. This is what this is, fun. So I'm just going to enjoy every moment of it and make some good memories. So that's my
Alright,
plan.
respectable. And lastly, you both of y'all have a message you would like to send to the fans, and maybe some of the haters who doubt your skills going into this matchup. You know, they cannot be fans without haters. Y'all have a platform to address it. Let me know your thoughts.
You could address your two fans. Go ahead. I'm over there. Nothing to say. Two fans, you have show them some respect. To the fans that's coming out to watch, I just want to say be prepared to be entertained, and we're going to put on a show. I hope you all enjoy it.
Okay.
3 people who may be hoping I lose still come out, be prepared to be entertained, and we're going to put on a show.
All right. Okay. Well, fellas, Joshua James and Joshua Prescott, it was nice seeing both of y'all here for the face-to-face. We'll shake your hands.
Be a gentleman, be a man.
All right. We will see the rivalry settle in RABZ for November 11th at the Sound Forge. All right. Be there or be square. We will see y'all soon.
Be a
Look
man.
out. All right, fellas. Thank you for the interview. Thank you for coming out. It was a good talk. I'm very excited to see y'all fight.